like the mechanism of activities like start, you know, doing the like prayer in a circle, but not to Omnisci but to this void dragon and stuff like that. So long story short, according to all of the data I gathered, there is a theory that I have that I would wish it was wrong, but I believe it will happen if this phenomena will continue to spread. The so-called cult of the dragon will rise, and the Abdetus Mechanicus will face a civil war. And with all of that knowledge, I wanted to see for myself, Venator, to confirm for myself on which side you are going to stand.
I serve the Omnissiah. Not, what's the word? Not some false pagan god.
That's all?
Yep.
Okay. He nods. And says, treat it as a suggestion dealing... I have no... fuck, what's the word? I have no not suggestions. He thinks you're dealing with that incident was fine. So he has no objections. Yeah, maybe the objections is the word I'm looking for. So he will, if he will be faced with such incident and potential cultists of the dragon, I will leave us, the other Mechanicus members, I will leave up to them to decide what they will do. But bear in mind that if the situation will escalate and progress worsening, detaining might not be enough. Mechanicus might need a purge. He doesn't mean that, you know, directly word by word. He, you know,
he'll blurt an understanding in binary. He'll say he understands. He won't nod because that's not something they do, but yeah.
Very well. Now that this thing is out of the way, I have another, well, news. I will leave up to your opinion if it's a good or bad one. It came to my attention that your cadre, led by Inquisitor Xantis, is interested in pursuing the renegade, heretic, former Inquisitor Sydow.
That is true.
I believe I might have information regarding his activities, a lead, so to speak. And then he will, okay, so you're on click sector map. And then he will like present you with a map of the sector. And he will explain that for the last couple of weeks and months there were some... Basically he mentions several incidents that overall they create a picture of, you know, something suspicious, that a conspiracy in the making, you know, like for example a person missing, something getting... not that... it doesn't say it's sabotage, but it suddenly stopped working, so they suspect sabotage. Some transport with equipment went missing, you know, stuff like that. And he says, through my connections and information gathering, I believe that the that in pursuit of your objective, you might find some answers or further clues on the Scorulian?
Scorgulian.
Yeah, according to legend, this is technically another Forge World.
Yeah, the ones with dots on them are Forge Worlds. Excuse me.
Yeah, it's no problem.
What makes you think there's information there?
And then he explained that he basically explains that there are like way too many suspicious dealings and incidents happening since, well, 2 years ago or 3, something like that, and he has suspicions in regards to the leader of the Scorgulian Forge World. Castellar doesn't have any hard evidence, but he believes that the leader of the Forge World may have fallen to the wrong side, and he's been giving the former Inquisitor Sydow a place to hide and perhaps conduct whatever vile experiments he might be interested in.
You will do a Mechanicus version of a nod.
If you will be willing to investigate it, that would be beneficial for all parties included.
It'll be looked into.
I will leave it up to you to inform, however you will want to inform your Inquisitor, or not, he adds after a pause.
Is that all?
He thinks for a moment. I guess it's a complete silence and stillness from him. Indeed, Venator, it is everything.
You will get up. What's the word? Opposite of a greeting. Whatever. You know what I mean.
A farewell.
Farewell. That's it. Say farewell and leave. On his way out there, he'll get whatever Zhao wanted him to get. What'd you want me to get?
I wanted you to essentially order for me a set of best quality, Lathrot armor, light power armor.
Yeah, that's not an issue. If you gave me the money, you'll get it.
I did.
Then yeah, you got it. Cool. Did Xanthus want anything? I don't remember.
No. Nothing.
Shocking and limited hereditary.
In that case, yeah, he will come up and he will go see Xanthus.
Go ahead.
Xanthus
The scene is yours.
Xanthus is in his office, so you know where that is.
He will tell you as he's approaching the ship that he wants to talk to you, that he has information that you'll want. But, yeah. He'll then go to your office. Greeting. I was given a possible lead as to where Inquisitor Sydow may be.
Where is that?
Forge World, Scorgulian, Galactic East. From where we currently
What would he be?
Southeast
What's he doing on
Scintilla.
Sorry. What's he doing on a Forge World?
The What was that guy's name? The dude I just talked to.
Castellar. I don't remember his
And
rank.
yeah, I don't have to give me his actual name.
Fabricator or something.
Yeah, my source says that he believes that the fabricator there has been supplying Sydow.
Treachery, then. That's quite bold to locate yourself so close to Scintilla and be an enemy of the Inquisition.
He doesn't react.
Very well. We'll go there immediately. Thank you.
He will depart and go make sure that the armor is being delivered. On his way up, he would have told Zhao that your armor's here, or will be here.
I imagine it's like the case of
Fantastic.
hours, max a day, to get the armor delivered. Nothing substantial. So, before you hit the warp drive and go to Scorurion, do you plan on having a team meeting or something, or are you planning on like prepare and brief how you're gonna approach the situation as you are traveling there?
Well, might as well have a meeting. Bring together the cadre and the command squad.
Okay, yeah, they appear wherever you set up the briefing.
The cadre already knows this, so I'll be informed. Sorry, even get this started. The cadre already knows this, so this is mainly for the edification of the command squad. Today begins our hunt for prey. A rogue inquisitor. Expect this to be perhaps the greatest challenge yet. Another inquisitor has already begun hunting him, and yet we haven't heard anything back from him. My best guess is that he's dead.
They are listening very intently.
I'm expecting nothing short of the most resilient of defenses. We will need to use every strategy at our disposal in order to bring him to Scintilla for trial. Otherwise, if that is not possible, we will kill him on the spot. So, effectively speaking, business as usual, just with a more dangerous threat. That being said, sounds like someone has a comment.
Yes, when it's business as usual, like most of them have stone faces, like impassive, like grim determination faces. Someone has like barely tiny smirk and says that, shall we survive demons, chaos marines? So he's like, yeah, we survived that much, we will survive some fallen inquisitor.
That is the plan, but now that I think on it, it isn't just the Inquisitor we have to worry about. He also has in his employ the rogue psyker known as the Burning Princess. And, if reports are to be believed, he says, glancing at Antalius, and if he's standing close to Antalius, he's looking at him too. If reports are to be believed, there's also a Magus-level heretic among them.
Yeah, Antarius gives like the typical tongue screeching sound, which is maybe Mechanicus equivalent of a curse. Kinda silent, but yeah.
Speaking of, I don't suppose either of you have any particular knowledge of the man. What is his name?
His name was Magos Vathek.
Let
me roll
yes.
Common Lore Mechanicus.
He is probably the most known renegade Mechanicus member in the Calixis sector. That's very interested in the... not necromancy per se, but I don't remember the specifics, but it was something along the lines that lore-wise, fluff-wise, they said that...
Rolled an 88, Jesus.
That he... Basically there were reports that he was killed, but somehow he was returning, so it's like very hard to kill him because he has some insane regeneration or stuff like that.
Let's see what Antalius knows.
I mean, I can make a roll and you can see.
Yeah, go for it. I'm just kind of curious.
70. Antalius skills. Common lore. Technically, on common lore machine code, he would know something because target number would be 90. Yeah, because intelligence 70 and common lore plus 20. So yeah. He would know the basics that yeah, Magus Vathek is a very dangerous renegade, that Mechanicus is regular. No wait, that he wouldn't know. Sigmund would know if he succeeded at that role, that Mechanicus is regularly sending kill teams after...
I missed it by 8. It's annoying.
You didn't want to spend FP on that, so... Okay, so
yeah,
I'm
I'm
not
not
gonna
bother.
Yeah, out of character, fluff-wise, they said that... Yeah, basically Mechanicus sending kill teams after him, like, maybe not each year, but quite often, and they have yet to succeed.
Zhao, do you have anything to add to that?
I don't know that he would ever.
Whatever, what?
Well, I don't know that he would have any particular information on it. I mean, what he knows of the Inquisitor's own, like what he's done. Oh, apparently I've researched it.
He was asking about Magos Vathek.
Oh, yeah, but just anything that I know that this Magos has done with the Inquisition or anything like that.
You rolled a 1? Jesus.
Not really. The thing with Magos Vathek is that the Inquisition knows he's a renegade, but Mechanicus is very tight-lipped about what Vathek was doing and who he was before he went to the dark side.
So whatever bare bones that might be on record, I mean, that will be added. But for the most part, we don't really know too much about what they're... Oh, actually,
yeah, I mean, that's a fluff-wise that, yeah, the Inquisition doesn't know much about him because Mechanicus is very tight-lipped.
2 in a row. Do I know anything that he was doing in regards with Archaeotech?
Was that...
How did you roll 2 1s in a row? Go fuck yourself.
I know that his research basically included... Fuck, what it was, I don't remember the exact specific, but it was something along the lines of trying to defeat mortality or something like that. So he was making a lot of... Yeah, I don't think it was connected to Archaeotech. It was mostly stuff like connected with biology, organisms, and you know, mortality stuff.
So
right.
I would have broad strokes that he was from what we know, involved with heretical technologies involving life extension more than rejuvenate treatments, like possibly even something like a sacristan wave generator or the like. But for the most part, no. Anything that we have is basically what Mechanicus deigns to share with us.
So not very much, right?
And I have shared what I have been given.
It's a need-to-know sort of thing.
No, I understand that.
If there's like a moment of like past quiet, Kenneth will like slowly raise his hand. Sir, permission to ask a question?
Go ahead.
There's no reason for me to doubt the information given, and I fully believe that the intel we got is good. But are we correct to assume that this is the base of operation for this Sydow guy? From what I've been hearing, he's been working with the Inquisition for a long time before betraying it. So, and then he like pauses for a moment, looks at Spicy Exalta, and Exalta says, as much as it pains me to say it, what my, well, she says commander, but command as in, you know, in command squad, not the leader, because she knows you are the leader. Wants to say is that this traitor Sydow knows how the Inquisition works. And I wouldn't put it past him that this is merely one of his potential bases. And then Kenneth says, it would be good to weed out treachery and close off one of his points. But so I'm just not sure that we will truly be able to knock him and find him in that place.
No, you're right. Any good Inquisitor would have at least a few places, a few sanctuaries. So the chances that he's in this one so close to Scintilla is... Well, I suppose we'll see when we get there. At the least, we'll probably find something like a clue.
They not. I assumed as much. I hope for it too. If nobody will ask the question, then Antalius will also, you know, like raise a hand. Question, sir. He speaks in like, you know. Oh, sorry.
Okay, go ahead. It's good.
You did inform the command squad that the fabricator of this world might be treacherous. So Antalius, after thinking about it for a moment, considering his intelligence 70, he will ask a very poignant question. Assuming, working under the assumption that the fabricator of the Skorgulian world is indeed a traitor and in cohorts and in the league with the traitor Sydow, do we have a plan how to not tip him off immediately? We know that he's a traitor, or at least we suspect, but from what I've been learning, and then like when he says learning, he like glances a little bit at Sigmund. The fabricator will have a lot of say on his forge world, and people, Mechanicus members there, might believe his word over ours.
Out of character is his. I'm trying to think how I want to word this.
Basically, long story short, what he's asking.
I get what he means. There,
Yeah. Do you have any
people
plan
there
how
who-
to deal with Fabricator? Because wait, I hope that Sigmund did tell about
The best-
Fabricator.
I mean, yeah, you would have told him about that was part of the conversation. The best way would be to go talk to the Lave World folks and say, "Can we have official permission to detain him?" If anyone says anything, we can flash that permission. So, because that is a good point, especially if he's technically speaking, he's trying to be assassinated as it is. It shouldn't be too difficult to get.
But I'm not sure if this is a suggestion you are throwing in character.
I should have. It didn't occur to me until now, but I probably should have asked for that when before I left the planet the first time.
You know what? Okay, but just so we are clear, this is the permission to visit and just gather around. This permission doesn't include permission to arrest the Fabricator. You don't have, Gastelar doesn't have enough to make permission like that.
Okay.
But you will have permission to get to the world and have rather large access, not unlimited.
He can't stop us from landing. He can't stop us from looking. He can't, for the most part, stop us from looking around. And if, in the process of doing that, we find evidence that I find evidence that he is a traitor or a heretic, we can go from there. Hopefully, he'll attack us first. We should be so lucky.
Solon is scratching his chin. And that is here, well, that brings another question, And that is kind of regrettable. I mean, it's not about attacking or not. If he betrayed the Imperium of Man, so he might be dumb to attack us, but I mean, it's something else. He cannot stop us from landing, but I mean, Sir Sigmund, you know more about Mechanicus, but wouldn't he... If he's a traitor, then it makes sense that he will have an eye out on incoming traffic, so... I'm not really scared that he will attack us, we'll deal with this. But what if the moment we step onto this world, he will just inform Sydow?
The Mechanicus' jurisdiction over the planet ends at the end of the planet's atmosphere. The second any ship leaves the atmosphere, the Inquisition has the right to do what it does. Out of character, the Mechanicus' sovereignty ends off of their planets. So yeah, if Sydow, out of character, I'm not going to word this in character as a Sigmund. If Sydow immediately tries to turn tail and run, we can detain any ships that try to leave after we land. That's completely within our power. And that would be an incredibly stupid thing for him to do, actually, because he's far safer down there on the planet with his Mechanicus ally than he is up in space with no allies.
He didn't, in character, he didn't, out of character. Solon didn't exactly mean him going out to space. Because, the Forge World is still a planet. And that planet is big.
Mm-hmm.
So, he kinda meant it that way, that he will be warned and he will kinda scatter to, alternative safe spot.
This is our only lead. I'm
basically aware of that.
what you're saying is true, but this is our only lead.
Zhao, any thoughts on that? 50.
It's enough to where he's not gonna snap a little bit. It's like, motherfucker, this is our only lead. If you have a better idea, say something. Otherwise, keep your unuseful fucking statements in your fucking head. I mean, yes, that's true, but the fucking space is also cold. It doesn't mean you need to fucking bring it up.
I'm muted again. The Magus is correct in this instance. In either case, it's a point of inquiry that we can follow. What he does when we are in orbit, well, that will change things. It's worth, I think, taking an interest. Since, as the Makers points out, there's not much else to go on. That's the benefit of the concept, I should say.
There you have it, Xanthus. Did somebody drop?
No, I'm still here.
Zhao
It's all good.
disappeared on me on Roll20.
Did I?
Zhao is
Zhao, no.
No?
Okay, he's-
Hello?
Nah, maybe it's like
I hear you.
typical
Okay.
Roll20 bug.
You occasionally drop off of Roll20. I notice it sometimes too.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, Xanthus, you have your answer from Zhao.
Oh,
The NPCs, they don't have anything else to add in this meeting.
well, from where we have much choice. As it's already been said, this is our only lead, so we go to Scrigulian, see what we can find. We investigate. We detain or we execute. Just as the Inquisition always does. Though, Sigmund, I'm going to be this one. I'm afraid I don't have that much experience on Mechanicus worlds. And I would rather not step on any toes, so to speak.
I will, as always, be there.
All right. In that case, Captain, I need you to make all haste towards Gargulian.
Understood, sir. Setting the course now. Let's see how the navigation roll went. It's average, it's fine. So I think it's still yeah, let's say that we're still gonna deal with one random event.